Careers is an initiative by the Desjardins Centre for Advanced Training. Each episode is a special delivery of resources packaged to expand your career knowledge. This is Danica. As one of the more senior medical science liaisons at her company, after 7 years in this role, Danica is involved in hiring new MSLs. Danica is here to support current PhDs and postdoctoral fellows who are interested in the medical science liaison role, so that they have a complete picture of this role and the MSL's responsibilities, as well as the qualities companies are looking for in their MSL hires. The medical science liaison role is typically filled by a candidate with a PhD, MD, or PharmD degree. In fact, almost 90% of employed MSLs hold one of these degrees, and 34% are PhDs. The medical science liaison role was initially created by the pharmaceutical industry as a key participant of the medical affairs team. Today, MSLs are employed by pharmaceutical companies, but also by medical device companies or even by others in the life sciences sector. Really, anytime a company would benefit from learning how their products are being used in the clinic or in the academic research environment, the medical science liaison or a liaison of another title can bring value. The whole medical affairs division is tasked with connecting the company, in this case the pharmaceutical company, with the medical community. The medical science liaison specifically is responsible for developing, fostering, and maintaining connections with physicians and physician leaders who are working in the company's medical specialty area. What is a medical science liaison? A therapeutic specialist with advanced scientific training who gathers and communicates scientific and medical information and communicates it between a variety of stakeholders, including the most important key opinion leaders who are scientific and medical experts. The MSL is typically assigned to a therapeutic area or specialty, such as oncology, central nervous system disorders, diabetes, and they are assigned to a regional territory, for instance, Quebec or Eastern Canada. These regional territories can vary greatly in size, but may mean that substantial travel of the MSL is required, either by car or by plane. It remains to be seen if medical science liaison positions will continue to be remote for the near future. What value does the medical science liaison bring to the pharmaceutical company they work for? Well, MSLs are tasked with generating insights for their pharmaceutical company about how their products or devices are being used in the clinic or in a real-world setting. They are also learning from clinicians and from medical leaders if there are new avenues for treatment that the company should consider. They generate relationships that result in clinical trial collaborations, and by speaking with the researchers and clinicians, they stay up to date on science that drives decision-making within their company. To summarize in another way, the medical science liaison's key responsibilities include building relationships with scientific and physician leaders who are also known as key opinion leaders, gathering and communicating scientific data on their company's therapeutics, and they'll communicate those with clinicians and with clinician researchers. Through the fact that they have networks with the academic hospitals and with the clinical investigators, they play a key role in helping their company identify clinical trial sites and investigator-initiated clinical trials that may be occurring that touch on their therapeutic area or existing products. The MSL also serves as a scientific resource to internal departments. So, for instance, working with the medical sales team to develop scientifically accurate messaging. And the medical science liaison is frequently asked to attend or deliver scientific presentations at conferences, sometimes to train internal or external staff, for instance, clinical trials teams, and to train external stakeholders, for instance, through continuing medical education activities. As you may have understood by now, One of the most important responsibilities that Danica and her team of MSLs are dedicated to is the generation of relationships with key opinion leaders. In fact, up to 45% of an MSL's time is spent developing and maintaining these close relationships. These relationships can be described as peer-to-peer relationships. In order to be effective in this central role, an MSL needs to identify key opinion leaders in their territory and maintain these networks. They need to keep up to date with the latest science in the area and be able to communicate about clinical trial data and new data to the clinicians, to the key opinion leaders. They'll participate in and organize scientific meetings and collaborate in various ways with those KOLs. It's important to note that medical science liaisons do not promote products. This is the role of the medical sales team. The fact that they cannot promote products maintains the scientific credibility of the MSL. Danica looks for some of the following qualities in a medical science liaison candidate. They'll have a graduate or professional degree, have scientific or medical specialty training in the therapeutic area of the company or for the position. They have a network, or they know how they would create a key opinion leader network. They have strong communication skills to work with KOLs, both in person and online. A proven ability to teach or train others. Strong collaborative skills to work with other departments. And is professional and sensitive to the legal and regulatory constraints of their role. It will be your responsibility to identify how the work that you've done in your graduate or postdoctoral work aligns with these expectations. Without having had the benefit of working yet as an MSL, you'll have to show how your past achievements translate to the work that will be expected. Here are some ideas. Is your scientific work a match for the area of expertise being sought? How up to date are you in the clinical and therapeutic advances in that area? What do you know about therapeutics in the pipeline of the company you're applying to or of their competitors? Do you have a network of clinicians or clinician researchers from your graduate work? If these individuals are in the regional territory of the position you're applying to, it may be an advantage for you to demonstrate that you already have this network. If you don't have a network, do you know how you would develop one? What scientific meetings might you attend to meet the key opinion leaders? Or can you do some research to already identify some? And what evidence can you produce of your scientific and interpersonal communication and collaboration skills and your scientific presentation skills? And remember to think about whether you'll be comfortable to present and converse comfortably in the preferred language of your stakeholders, your key opinion leaders, or audiences. How might you go beyond your current knowledge to position yourself for a role as a medical science liaison? Here are some suggested areas to research or become familiar with that are informed by a competency profile created by Pharma Biodevelopment in collaboration with Montréal In Vivo. You should learn about the therapeutic avenues and care pathways for the medical area of interest of the company. Learn about the basic pathways for drug or device development and the regulations that govern them. Become familiar and knowledgeable with how the health system in Canada and in the province works, including how drugs and care are accessed, how patients and systems are reimbursed. Learn at least a basic amount about pharmacoeconomics, how cost and benefit of new therapies is assessed, and how new therapies are costed in Canada or in your province. Become familiar with business concepts, business models, things like marketing, and budgeting, at least at a basic level. Trainees almost invariably complete a PhD and have a strong scientific knowledge and understanding of how to interpret scientific literature and advancements. But a competitive candidate also has a strong understanding of the healthcare context, business principles, and a demonstrated success in engaging a network. Only a well-rounded stellar candidate will succeed in finding an entry-level MSL position without more than 1 to 3 years of experience. Intersect is an online platform that allows PhD-level scientists to explore career options by simulating a job experience. Try on the MSL role with a job simulation exercise. Go to the link in the notes of this episode to get detailed guidance on completing this job simulation exercise. You may learn a lot. The MSL may be a well-matched role for someone with a PhD, MD, or PharmD. Danica always looks forward to interviewing a strong MSL candidate who already has a network of key opinion leaders. They encourage you to think hard about the assets and the relationships you already have that you believe would bring value to the company as an MSL. If you want to learn more, there are a number of resources you can familiarize yourself with that have more information about being a medical science liaison. We encourage you to get informed before you start applying for MSL positions. Think Careers was created by the team at the Desjardins Centre for Advanced Training, which is part of the Research Institute of the McGill University Health Centre in Montreal. Follow us on YouTube for similar videos in this series.